Welcome. I'm going to show you today how to make some pico de gallo. I know that tonight I'm planning on having pork and poblano tacos, which sound delicious. And to get ahead of the game a little bit, I'm going to make my pico de gallo in advance. So pico de gallo basically kind of looks like salsa, but it's a mixture of onion, tomato. I'm going to put some jalapeno peppers in there, a little lime juice, a little salt. Okay, so I'm going to show you, and I'm going to use my Tupperware Powerchef to chop. Okay, I'm going to start out, and you know, of course, that it has the silicone ring on the bottom that helps you keep it sturdy. So when you're doing the pulling, right? I'm going to start out with the onion, and I'm doing that because I don't want to use all of the onion in my pico de gallo. I like onion, but I don't like a ton of onion. So I'll set some aside and some of the chopped onion, and I'll put that in an omelet, a veggie omelet tomorrow. So I'll set that aside, okay? But we're going to start out. So what happens is I'm going to put the onion, which I have quartered, okay? I have 2 onions that I've quartered, all right? I'm going to add those here. Oops. All right. You add this, put the little rim on, seal it, you turn it, okay? You can tell it because it locks into place. Then the center part here, same thing, locks into place. So now here you have your onion, okay? And then you pull this kind of like when you used to start a lawnmower, right? You pull it, and every one pull is equivalent to 12 chops. So I'm going to give it a couple of pulls, all right? So cool. And then sometimes you want to take it to the side and, you know, give it a little shake to get stuff off the sides if you need to. Okay, and I like my onion to be diced small. So I'm going to give it a couple of more pulls, okay? And then I'm going to show you, and this is so easy to use, right? So easy. And if you want to get your kids involved, you don't want them chopping with a knife, right? I certainly wouldn't yet let Jillian use a knife. Okay, but I will most certainly let her pull the cord, right? Okay, so, all right, so then I'm gonna take this off, all right? Take this off here, oops. Wow, that is incredible. So I don't know how much of that you can see, but you can see how finely diced that is. That is incredible. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to place that into, I'm gonna place it into my That's a Junior bowl. Give me 1 second here. I have my That's a Junior bowl, right? I'm just gonna take the blades out real quick. I'm gonna use my Tupperware spatula, which I love, right? I'm going to add it to the bowl. This way I can measure it out, use as much as I want to, and I don't have to get it all out because obviously onion is going into my pico de gallo. So, but I want to set some aside because I don't want all of that to go into my pico de gallo. Lord, I wouldn't be able to talk to people up close for weeks. All right, so then we have our spatula, right? Which you guys know about the That's a bowls, right? Spatula, look at that. Now you don't have to worry about the spatula getting all over the counter or touching the counter or anything like that, okay? So I'm gonna set my bowl to the side, all right? And obviously I'm not cleaning this in between because I already know what's gonna be going into it. So I'm gonna get it set up again, okay? And this time, I'm gonna do my tomatoes, okay? So they've been rinsed off and dried, okay? And I'm just going to cut them in half. Actually, I'll probably, yeah, I think half because they're pretty ripe, so they're softer. When you use the Powerchef, you want to make sure that you use it for soft things. You wouldn't want to use ice in there, anything hard like that, because that could damage the blades and not cut through it. Okay, so I have 2 Roma tomatoes in there. So same process, ring on here, right? Let me put that in there. Okay, so now Obviously, I don't want to dice my tomatoes as finely as I diced my onion. So I'm going to do a couple. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to give it a shake. Shake, 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 shake. All right. And you see how it's staying in place, right? All right, so now we can look at that and look at it and say, hey, that looks pretty good, because these are for tacos, so I don't want them to be so finely. I do love tomato on tacos. Okay, so the next thing that it calls for is some garlic, which I'm just going to add. I'm going to add the garlic in here, okay? And we'll get that chopped up the next time when we add some onion. The other thing that's going to get added is jalapeno pepper, right? So I'm going to cut the end off of the pepper. All right, I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to clean it out. I don't necessarily want all the heat. Yeah, I do love jalapenos, but sometimes, depending, on who is eating, if the kids are eating like Jillian, she does like hot stuff, but she doesn't want it so hot. So I'm going to clean the seeds out, okay? Because you'll find that most of the heat is in the seeds. All right. And I'm just going to put a half of one in there, okay? A half of one in there. And then I'll save my other half. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to add some of this onion. Now, my recipe, I'm following, I have a little recipe card. It's telling me how to do the Pico de Gallo, although I know how, but I was just curious for portion-wise, how many portions it's telling me. It's telling me 4 tablespoons. So, of course, Tupperware sells these cute nesting, right, measuring spoons, okay, and they nest. So it's saying tablespoon, so I'm going to take out the tablespoon. And like I said, there's a lot of onion here. And then I'm going to do some generous. So 1, 2, 3. I said generous. Kind of like when you make coffee, very generous. 4. All right, and maybe one more for good measure. Okay, so and then the other thing that you add is a squeeze of lime juice. Now, I really do wish that I had my Zest and Press gadget, right, that Tupperware makes. I don't have it yet, but I will have it soon. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my lime in half lengthwise, okay? And I'm going to just give a squeeze over the whole thing, okay? Because I want that lime juice to be in here, all right? You need a little acid in there. All right, so we'll do that little squeeze. And sometimes, did you know that it totally, if you grill the lime or, it gives it a smoky kind of flavor. So just a little hint there. Okay, so I've added my lime juice. All right, and then the other thing that I'm going to add is I'm just going to add a little bit of salt, okay? All right, so now I'm going to reinstall the lid, all right? Lock it into place. It's locked into place. All right, make sure that I have here. And then I'm just going to do a couple more chops. I'm really just chopping up because I have that garlic in here and I have the jalapeno pepper. And I'm looking at the pepper in here. Oh gosh, this looks so good. This looks so good. Okay, so it is done. All right, so we have the garlic in there. It's diced. We have the onion, we have the tomato, we have the jalapeno pepper. Okay, and you want to look to see what it looks like. I'm just going to take the blade out. And for now, I'm just going to set it in my That's a bowl with my onions because it's not going to hurt anything. And I'm going to use my Tupperware spatula. And I'm going to add it into this little bowl here. Now, I like mine finely chopped because I find the kids eat it better when it's diced more, okay? So, and it's a perfect little container here. All right, so it is complete, all set. So I'm one step ahead for my dinner tonight. All right, so thanks for joining me. If you guys have any questions about the Tupperware Powerchef, feel free to ask, shoot me an email. And of course, you can always visit my website at amypicarillo.my.tupperware.com. Thanks.